my name's Gail. We're going to be doing chair yoga today. So you'll need a strap and a block and of course a chair. Always keep everything between easy and ouch. Something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Try to always listen to your breath as you go in and out of poses. And again, this is Chair Yoga Fitness with Gail. Let's place a hand on right here, right below where the ribs come together, and one hand below that. Relax those shoulders. Feet nice and firm into the floor. Back away from the back of the chair. Nice tall posture, muscles being engaged. So let's breathe in through the nose and then the belly expands. And as we exhale, contract the belly button towards the spine. Get all the air out of the lungs. And again, inhaling belly big. Exhale, belly towards the spine. Once again, inhale, belly big. So that's your diaphragmatic breathing, expanding the belly, the chest, the upper chest, and exhale all that air out. This time, let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, arms down. Let's do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's keep one hand up, one hand down on the chair, back behind you. Kind of squeeze the shoulder towards the spine. We're going to really get into the ribs here with our side lateral flexions. Let's breathe in, reach up, and belly button towards the spine. Exhale, press into the floor. Bring your arm and body over. Inhale, back on up. And again, exhale, draw that belly button towards the spine. Again, breathing in. Now I'm breathing through the mouth so you can hear the breath. And again, exhale. Once again, breathing in. Exhale, float that arm down. Let's do that. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up again. And this time, leave the other arm up. Take the other hand back behind you. Now you can be on your fist or wrist here. Squeeze that shoulder towards the spine. Very good. Again, breathe in, reach. Exhale, belly button towards the spine, lean over. Inhale up. Notice that this side feels a little bit different than the other. Exhale over, belly button towards the spine. Inhaling up. Exhale, lean over. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. In fact, exhale, float the arm down. Beautiful little shoulder rolls here. Just to kind of get a little range of motion going on with the shoulders and reverse. All right, if you've got that block, grab it. We're going to place it in between the knees and kind of walk those feet in a little bit. Make sure they're firm into the floor. You're squeezing, activating those inner thighs. And now we're going to take our hands and curve the fingers into the palms and stick those thumbs out. Have it be nice and straight from your forearm through your wrists. And then bring those arms out into a letter T. Let's do palms up. Now again, we're squeezing the block. We're going to bring those arms forward. And actually squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Then, there you go. Keep breathing. Get a nice little rhythm here. Upper and lower back easing of pain today with our Chair Yoga Fitness. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze that block. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Shake it out a little bit. Very good. Release your squeeze, and then go back. Squeeze again. Fingers into the palms. This time it was palms up. This time it's palms down. Again, really curl those fingers into the pads of the hands. And then this time, squeeze those shoulders back behind you and reverse your circles. Here we go. Here we go. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Here we go. Squeeze that block. Don't forget that squeeze. So this is also to ease tension going on with the shoulders. Go a little bit slower if you need to. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Shake it out. You don't have a block. You don't have to use a block. You can use a little couch pillow or maybe two little hand towels that you can roll up and place in between the legs. Or again, not do the stuff in between the knees at all. All right, so let's grab our strap. you have a long towel or a hand towel, you can use this way too, or just do the poses without the strap. So we're going to take it along the bottom of the foot and bring the foot towards me. Heel flex, toes towards your heart center. Now you may be feeling a little bit of spice in that musculature, and that's okay. Just make sure it's not the ouch spice, okay? Bend that knee a little bit, sit up nice and tall, and we're going to hinge forward. Now you may feel lots of spice when you hinge, okay? You kind of shake that leg out, make it go a little bit more straight if you need to. Again, little bend in the knee is okay, but keep having toes towards you. Breathing in and out. All right, so we're going to bend the knee, bring it back. We're going to do slide and air. So with the other foot, you're going to press firmly into the floor, and you take your hands into your strap, slide it out to the side and back to the center. So again, make sure you have a nice connection. You're grounded into the floor. Your behind's grounded into that chair. I've got a metal chair, so I slide a little bit too, especially if I have these kind of yoga pants that have a little slip to them. So again, I'm really pressing my other foot into the ground. Now, if you want to add to this, you can add a little air to it. That's why I call it slide and air. Again, we're getting into all that musculature of the hip. And if you are having some challenges, you may be going, woo, okay, maybe my air is going to be a little bit less. Maybe I just go back to slide. That works too. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. And release. Woo. We're going to switch it over to the other side. Now again, if you don't have a strap, you just bring the leg out, sit up nice and tall. You can do one of two things here. You can, with the leg that isn't extended, you can press into that 5 elbows out and hinge forward, or the alternate thing to do is to grab back behind the chair, squeeze those shoulders and hinge forward. Now we're not trying to round the spine, we're trying to hinge. Okay. And then again, you kind of wiggle that leg out, toes towards you. Beautiful. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, anytime something feels kind of challenging, what I invite you to do is listen to the breath going in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. All right. So, hand back behind the knee, bring it back. Again, we can do the slide and air pose without the strap. So just know you can do these yoga classes with or without props. And you can use your hand underneath. Again, I got to press firmly into that other leg. Maybe I'm going to hang on to the chair too. Whew. Now I've got carpet here, so it's kind of hard for me to slide. Maybe easier where you are at today. I don't know. You want to add air. Again, you're going to lift as if you were stepping over a little soccer ball, a kid's soccer ball, or maybe a big softball. I don't know. Sometimes you got to lift that in. So this is one of those moves where you have to get in and out of the car. This is that functional move. And so you'll know if there's stuff going on with your hips, with your backside, if you encounter pain getting in and out of the car. So that might mean you need to strengthen something. Maybe you're sitting too long, you're letting all the muscles get a little bit too lax, and they need a little bit more strength. Possibly something to explore. All right, and bring it back. Beautiful. All right, just kind of do the little wacky legs here. I like to call this a Charleston when we do the dance part of the class. So do a little Charleston here. Maybe do one to one side, then the other, maybe both out and in. Again, take it between easy and out. This is also called windshield wipes. Again, we're just kind of warming up those hip muscles, the musculature, before we work it out. So next is this Piriformis Bounce. So if you have that shooty pain down the leg, that sciatica, whew, it's usually maybe a muscle that's like making a nerve kind of cranky, or maybe it's going through the pelvic notch, the sciatica, and that can be pain down the leg, the calf, tingling, numbness, that kind of thing. So we're going to warm it up before we work it out. One way to do this is to bring the leg across. I'm going to go ahead and place my yoga strap down, and you just lift and release. So again, this is called the Piriformis Bounce, or bouncing that muscle. So this is one version of the pose. You may be able to do the next version, which is leg on top of the thigh, and you're, again, letting it bounce. Now, sometimes I think crossing at the ankles, you can have a greater bounce range of motion. But I like this one too. Whew. All right, one more. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall, toes towards your knees, so you have all the ligaments and muscles all nice and lined up. Now again, if you're not one to have it up here on your thigh, it's going to be leg out to the side, toes towards your knees, hinge forward. If we're here, your thing could be hands on the foot and on the top side of the knee and hinge forward. Woo! A little spice going on there. You can also alternatively grab the back of the chair and hinge forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Make sure your ankle's not on top of your thigh because that would kind of like knob you. Kind of feel kind of little strong there. And release. All right, if you need a little TLC, just give it a little rub right there on that foot. Or not foot, your hip. Maybe you do your foot too, I don't know. All right, so we did that. Let's do the Piriformis Bounce on the other side. So this side, I'm just going to do it from the low part. Again, if you're able to bring the leg up on top, you're just letting it come towards you and letting it drop. Some folks will do, move it this way. I'm just going to let it kind of bounce. So, whew. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and place this up on top of my thigh, toes towards my knee, sit up tall. And again, this may be all you need to do. This feels pretty spicy for me on this side. Maybe I should have bounced it up here. And I'm going to come a little bit forward. Again, breathe in, breathe out. So we did the breath. We're doing the warm-up and the core work right now. We'll also do strengthening and balance work. We'll also do a meditation, relaxation, guided rest, and a little gratitude practice. So I'm excited. Yay, and release. Beautiful. All right, so we already did the arm circles. We need to do ankle circles. Oh boy, I'm going to scoot back just a little bit on my chair and bring my hands underneath the leg, and I'm just going to do as if I were like drawing the outside of a plate. Or I'm trying to scrape the cookie dough out of a bowl. That sounds more appealing. And yeah, with my toes, right? And then reverse, scrape. Ooh, better joint mobility with some of these yoga poses. Yeah. You can also lower your blood pressure when you coordinate your breath with your movements. And you can build bones by activating the muscles, which stimulates the bones. Now let's point the toes down, heel flex, point the toes. Ooh, you might feel kind of tired. Your feet might feel a little bit tired. Keep breathing. You can also improve circulation, ease back pain, gain your flexibility, lessen your stress, and sleep better the days you do yoga. Yeah. And release. Wow. Let's do the other side. Again, we already did arm circles. Now we got to do ankle circles. Ooh, you hear my little snap, crackle, pops there? I had a little foot surgery on this one, so it tends to give me a little talking back sometimes. Well, we are here in Southeast Texas, and it is almost 100 degrees with really high humidity. So you go outside and your hair goes all fuzzy. And reverse your ankle circles. Again, scrape that bowl of that cookie dough. That's how I'm thinking about it, okay? That's my motivation. All right, and point and flex. Woo. Oh my goodness. So you ever wake up with those stiff feet, those ankle circles and point and flex, that's good stuff to do. I love it. All right, and release. All right, so we're going to come over and face the candles. So we're going to turn towards the side view of our chair. Now, if you've got arms on your chair, you may have to go at an angle instead. But I'm going to have my knees be over my ankles. Very good. Have a tall posture. Of course, we'll have a natural curve that happens with our spine. So you just do that. You may have a little behind coming off too. That's okay. So from here, let's inhale. And as we exhale, contract that belly button towards the spine and then hinge forward. Inhale, come back to stay here. Exhale, contract that belly button towards the spine, come back to being nice and tall. Inhaling, stay here. Exhale, curve the low back, kind of tuck under that pelvis, and then, the mid back. And you're kind of hollowing out that core here. Very good. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, sit up nice and tall. You might find your pelvis kind of tilting back and forth here. This is kind of what happens in cat-cow pose. All right, exhale, draw yourself forward. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, come back up to heart center. Inhaling, stay here. Exhale, contract that belly button towards the spine, tilt that pelvis under, and then curve a little bit more in that low back, mid back. Go with whatever's okay for you. Hang on to those legs. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, come back on up. And release. Beautiful. Well, since we're already pointed towards the candles, we're going to go into Warrior One. So that's where our hips face the short end or the side view of the chair or the short end of the yoga mat. You're doing this standing. But I'm going to take my booty off. There we go. And the leg that's closest to you, I'm going to bring it back either right here in front. Again, kind of depends, what's going on with your joints here. If this, is good for you. You don't have any pain. This may be where you want to stay. If you want more of a challenge, you'd slide that leg back. But again, just kind of notice how it feels for, one hip kind of goes forward, one hip kind of goes back. This one that's going back, try to shift that forward and the other one back. So that's sounds kind of counterintuitive here. All right, so we're really pressing into the curly toes, pressing into the heel, pulling those legs opposite directions. So for Warrior One, you can raise an arm up and get a little back bend there. You know what, I'm going to do the other one. There we go. I'm going to hang on to the seat of the chair while I press firmly into the floor. Very good, very good. Breathing in. You can also do hands to heart center, hands on the hips, hand on the chair. Lots of variety of things you can do. And release. I'm going to lean a little forward, bring that leg next to my other leg, and let's go over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing. We're not going to repeat the cat-cow. We did enough of those. Sitting up nice and tall, and the leg, again, that's closest to me, you're going to bring that leg back. And again, you can have to where it's right here in front of the chair, or slide the foot back. And that back hip, kind of shift it forward. The hip that's furthest away, shift that one back. And again, you got a little back bend going on here. So arm can go up, press firmly into the floor, Warrior One pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Let's release. All right, I'm going to drag that leg forward and come back to heart center. So next is standing Warrior Two. So I've given modifications for seated poses, but for this time, we're going to be doing the standing version. So if you've done class with me before, you can go back to those variations of the class. We're going to stand up, come up, back behind the chair, and I'm going to move my strap underneath. Very good. And our feet are going to go wide. Now I'm going to use my chair as my guide, as my little balance reminder. And that's my hips parallel to the back end of that chair. I'm going to take my toes, lift my heel, turn towards the candles, and usually my hips turn, so I have to be aware of that. I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to see if I can see a toe peeking out from that bent knee. I can. It's all nice and lined up. All right, beautiful. From here, let's bring an arm out, and if it's available, then the other one. Very good. Kind of wiggle those shoulders a little bit. And you're going to turn your head to look over that bent knee side. So what we're going to do with the palms, we're going to do palms forward, palms up, palms forward, palms down, palms to the back of the room. And again, palms down, palms forward, palms up. Pressing firmly into the yoga mat. You can also alternatively have hands on the hips, hand on the chair, maybe just one arm out. Yeah, beautiful. Now we're going to switch that to a reverse warrior. So you can do palms up, reach a little forward. I'm going to hang on to the chair though, and bring the arm up to the sky. Kind of like that side of the reflection that we did. So we're staying in the pose a little bit with those legs, so we contract muscles, which stimulates bone growth. So I told you we build bones. We do that by activating the muscles in the body because the bone is a living thing. So this is one of your osteoporosis, osteopenia prevention poses. Float that arm down, straighten that leg, pivot the foot, walk it in. Very good. Kind of roll those shoulders a little bit. All right, so step those feet out once again. This time we're going to do the other side towards the little green basket. So I'm going to lift that heel, turn that foot, heel toe out, kind of walk it out, bend that knee. Very good. So this side I may be able to bend the knee a little bit more, kind of knee over the ankle. And you know, one side may feel totally different than the other. Your ability to do the pose a little bit different, and that's okay too, okay? Arms out into that letter T. Turn your head as best you can to look over that bent knee side, and it's palms down to begin with. Press firmly into the floor. Palms forward, palms up, palms forward, palms down, palms to the back of the room. You might feel your biceps here when you do that, or the triceps, triceps, back of the arms. Palms down, palms forward, palms up. Beautiful. Now I'm going to hang on to the chair. I'm going to reach forward and up into the sky for that reverse warrior. So you kind of get into the ribs here. Yeah. You can do a little bit less if you need to. Just know that, okay? So again, we're working that lower body, pressing firmly into the yoga mat. Beautiful. We're going to do down dog on the chair next. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if we've done that one yet. Maybe we have. We'll just have to see, yeah? And we're going to softly straighten that leg, hand on the chair, pivot the foot, walk it in. Okay, so what do I mean by down dog on the chair? Well, I'm going to take this to the one end of the yoga mat. We got several ways to do our downward facing dog. But you know what we need to do first? Just kind of shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. All right, so let me see here. All right, you can see my chair, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is come up to the seat of the chair, and I'm going to contract my belly button towards the spine, bend those knees, and then have my hands be on the side of the chair. Then I'm going to step one foot back, then the other, and keep walking. I'm contracting my belly button towards the spine. My shoulders are about hip distance apart. So I'm going to bend my knees and then shift possibly to bring the head down in between the arms. So you kind of get this little elongation, this kind of stretchy feeling from the tailbone to the shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Now you can have those knees bent, or you can just kind of straighten one leg and then the other. I'm lifting my heels. This is called walking the dog here. So you should feel a big old long stretch in the back side of the leg when you do this. Contracting that belly button towards the spine. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Again, keeping everything between easy and ouch. When you use this chair at the very end of class too, you can place your legs up on the chair to give your back a little bit of relaxation. That's an option. Woo! All right, bend the knees. Walk those feet towards the chair. Once you're there close to the chair, hands on the hips, knees are bent, hinge up. Woo! Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now let's try a different down dog. So to do that, I'm going to turn my chair around. And, you may have to kind of figure out, the back of the chair. You can also do hands on the wall for this version. So I'm going to do hands on the top part of the chair here. And again, the palms of the hands, I'm contracting my belly button, I'm bending my knees. Let me kind of move this forward a little bit so it's more visible in the camera. Very good. And again, bending the knees, bringing my head down in between. So I kind of look like a bent letter L or a bent right angle. And again, what I'm going to try to do is straighten one leg, woo, and then the other. You can lift the ankle when you do this. Contract that belly button towards the spine. Breathe. Listen to that breath as you bring it in and out the nose. Or through the mouth if you need to. All right, bend the knees. Guess what? Walk it towards the chair. Bend those elbows. Once you're there, hinge up. Whew. Again, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right, so let's do, let me see here. Let's do tree pose. So I'm going to bring my chair a little bit more here on the yoga mat. You can do this without the chair. That's perfectly fine. But what I'm going to do is step the foot out. Good. Turn my toes. So I got one knee going one direction and one knee towards you. Again, I'm kind of getting to all that hip musculature. I love it. All right, I'm going to lift that heel and I'm going to shift over towards the chair. I'm trying not to have my hip jut out, okay? I'm trying to be nice and kind of lengthy, long on this side that's closest to the chair. and then walk it in. Now, you can be here in rooted tree. So sometimes what happens is people's legs start to come to the front of the room. So what I want to invite you to do is make sure it comes out, whether it's here connected to the floor in the rooted tree, or maybe you grow it into the calf or to the inner thigh. Now, be long, 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 long from the belly button up to the chest. Maybe your arms come up into cactus. Whoop, not me. I'm going to do my tippy finger there. You may notice the dance of the foot going on too, yeah? Could be at the inner thigh also, but try not to have it on that knee joint, okay? So again, we stay in the pose as long as we can. Keep breathing, stimulating again the muscles and then stimulating the bones. It's good stuff. Again, we're getting into all the nooks and crannies here in that hip musculature by doing, these things at different angles. So that's good stuff. It's kind of like helping your balance, helping be strong. And release. Whew. You know what? Let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn around this time so you can just watch the back side. And again, I'm going to step my foot out, turn my foot, lift my heel. Again, be nice and lengthy towards that chair. Walk it in. Now this side I'm able to do into the inner thigh. I'm not able to do that with the other side. Arm up, maybe another arm up. Again, notice the dance of the foot if you have that going on. You may be doing a little kickstand thing too, where you're tapping the floor and bringing it up. Whoops. Again, be tall, 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 lengthy. How about if I just have a little fingertip on that chair while I do this? I'm pressing firmly into the leg, my leg pressing firmly into the foot. And breathing, don't forget to breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. And release. Excellent. If you've got that block close by, you're going to bend your knees and grab your block. All right. I'm going to keep that chair there just in case. I'm going to place this block in between the thighs. Not at the knees this time, but in between the thighs. So I'm going to try to have my feet, the outside of my feet, be parallel. All right, we're going to be doing chair pose. And again, you can have fingertips close by. That works too, all right? We're going to squeeze the belly button towards the spine, hands to heart center, and just basically bend the knees, pressing firmly into the floor. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, contract belly button towards the spine, lower. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. All right, and let's take the block out. We're going to come back to our chair. So let's go ahead and turn our chair. We'll come back to the seated version. So we're going to hover a little bit, though, before we actually sit down. So just like we just did chair pose, the feet parallel, look, make sure the outsides of the feet are parallel like number 11s. You're going to bend the knees, and then you're going to have fingertips on the chair, but you're going to hover. So again, building strength in the buttocks, hamstrings, quadriceps, calves, feet, backside. So this is your lowering up and off the toilet move. So you want to keep your functionality by strengthening the muscles that you need to keep going and keeping your independence. And then lower. Whew. All right. So I told you I was going to show you how to use your chair to kind of really release and relax your back. So that means coming down to the floor. So some folks are going, I don't want to do that. You can just sit in the chair too and do your final stuff, or you can, hang on to your chair and then step a foot back and then the other. That's one way to come out. And I'm just going to have my chair be facing me. So again, this is totally optional, but this is a nice way to kind of, again, settle the back, release the back into the yoga mat. We cover this in the Gentle Yoga for Low Back Care class. There's several of the videos up on YouTube that you can look at. All right, so I'm putting the calves on my chair. And there we go. And then just lay here, close my eyes, and listen to my voice. That's all you have to do now is listen to my voice. Now, if you don't like to come down to the floor, get comfortable into your chair. While you're getting comfortable, I'm going to come up to the camera and read our guided relaxation script for today. Okay? Beautiful. All right. So as you are ready, let's just get into that comfortable position. All right. Allow yourself to lie down with the legs on the seat of the chair, or get comfortable seated in the chair where you are. All right. And then once you arrive there, let's take a few deep breaths just to let go of your day or whatever you're doing right now. So let's breathe in and let's breathe out. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Just set a few moments just to be. So today we're going to work with a resolve or an intention. And you're going to bring into your mind an intention or resolve for your practice today. So whatever it is you'd like to take away from this practice, even though it's a very short one today, stating it plainly and clearly, concisely to yourself in present, positive moment language. Maybe it's something like, I am calm, I am peace, or I am pain-free. So that's the one I usually work with. So it may not be true, but that's what I'm wanting it to be true. So I'm thinking positively as if it's already happening. Make sure it's something that's true for you, something you're looking to gain from your practice today. And once you have set that resolve, that intention, go ahead and repeat it to yourself 3 times. And I'm kind of count off here. So say it to yourself in your brain 3 times. Here we go. Beautiful. Now we're moving into a body scan. Allow yourself to take a nice deep breath. And we'll start to bring awareness to our physical body. Let your awareness travel to the top of your head. Noticing the top of your head, allowing any places in your body as we're traveling through to relax, release, let go with each exhale. So again, breathing in, release, relax, let go, exhale. From the top of your head, scan your body all the way down to the toes. Notice your neck, your shoulders, your torso, your arms, hands, and fingers. Maybe your back side of the body, the calves. Wherever your body is touching the chair, the floor. Notice your hips, legs, feet, and toes. And let's, again, take a deep breath in. And letting it out as you relax, let go, release your whole body. Let yourself just kind of melt a little bit more. Yes, beautiful. And let's move into our breathing. We'll bring awareness to your breath. Allow the breath to get a little bit longer on the inhale. And then a little bit longer on the exhale. Again, breathing in. Breathing out. Notice the quality of your breath as you breathe in. Notice the parts of the body that are moving as you exhale. Again, notice the parts of the body that are moving as you inhale. Letting that feeling of relaxation, letting go, releasing, come over you. Big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. All right, let's move with opposite sensations. We'll shift our attentions now to some sensations in the body, allowing yourself to feel very heavy as a rock, as if you could just like sink into the floor. So you're allowing the earth to hold you up. Your arms are heavy, your legs are heavy, the head is heavy, maybe dropping towards your chest, or just melting into the ground if you're lying on your back. And again, just melting, releasing, letting go. Now, let's sense your body being as light as a feather. Arms are light, legs are light. The head is light. The whole body so light as if you could float upwards towards the sky. Weightlessness, effortlessness, light. Again, we're going through the different layers of the body for this guided rest and relaxation. So next is our wisdom body. Now say a number of images and just allow your attention to rest only briefly to the call of the image to mind. Again, the only thing you have to do is listen, all right? And then we'll move on to the next one. Birds flying, burning candle, dark sky, a horse running, chocolate cake, the ocean, smiling baby, clouds floating across the sky, a cat stretching in the sun, waves crashing on the beach. Now, let's allow ourselves a nice deep breath. And let's call into our mind's eye your favorite happy memory. Some point in time in your life when you felt the happiest, great joy. Notice how your body feels in recalling this favorite memory. Notice the sights, the colors, the textures around you. Maybe you're with people, maybe you're alone. Whatever's happening in this happy memory, savor it. Notice the sounds. Notice the feeling of joy in the body. Very good. And in a moment here, in your happy place, let's repeat that resolve, that intention that we set at the beginning of class. Maybe it was, I am calm, I am peace, or whatever you said to yourself. So let's begin. Beautiful. Big breath in. Big breath out. If you're lying on the floor, I invite you to take one leg out, then the other, roll over onto your side. Take a little moment, take a pause, and then with that hand that's in front of you, press into the floor and come up to a seated place. Those of you still seated in the chair, I invite you to kind of wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. We're coming back into the now, back into the present moment. Those that are seated on the floor, again, you kind of wiggle your toes and fingers, shrug those shoulders up and down. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so one of the things we like to do is have a little gratitude practice. So let's bring in an idea of gratitude, something that you're thankful for. It could be the clothes that you wear, the God that you worship, the people in your life, maybe the food that you eat, maybe the place where you lie your head down at night. Again, a little attitude of gratitude, right? All right, so we're going to breathe in. I'm going to ring the bowl. And exhale. Let's do it again. Breathing in. And exhale. Now I'm going to ring the bowl. I'm going to try to ring the bowl. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Back into the now, back into the present moment. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. If there are any questions, any complaints, any comments or compliments, I want to hear from you. If there's something else you want to see in your chair yoga class, let me know. All right. So we're going to end our class. You can either place one hand on your heart, then the other, or in the little prayer mudra. That's just basically the name for what your hands are doing, right? So the light in me honors and respects the light in you. So let's take the peace, the strength, and the understanding, and that little attitude of gratitude, and pass it on. Namaste. Peace be with you. Again, it's the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Peace be with you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm going to ring you out again just because that's kind of fun. And I will see you once again. Bye-bye.